Train attack. Tinubu donates 50 million naira to victims, says Nigeria is bleeding. 2023. Atiku Saraki Wiki orders to lock horns as PDP throws presidential ticket open. 10 things to know about Mubarak Bala, atheist convicted for blasphemy. INEC, parties that violate electoral law will be barred from 2023. I took that earlier. And report I have declared to Kebbi governorship. Report I have declared for Kebbi governorship is fake. Malami. Report I have declared for Kebbi governorship is fake. Malami. That's all from Daily Trust.
From the Daily Post newspaper, increasing fossil fuel production will make Earth almost inhabitable. Global coalition. How young people can change the narrative. Emmanuel Edo. Soldiers and Motekun operatives clash in Ondo over seizure of cows. Ramadan. Governor Buni relaxes working hours for Yobe civil servants. APC convention. Nigerians' new consensus won't work in Rivers. Abe. Ukraine versus Russia war. UN calls for investigation into Bucha massacre. And NCC boss Dambata reels out achievements as Nigeria hands over WATRA chairmanship to the Republic of Guinea. Police, NSA, US partner to fight Nigeria's insecurity. Exam malpractice, Kwara to punish erring principals. Sylvester Romani, no request to test blackish substance found on deceased toxicologist, tells court. 2023 presidency, Osinbajo will not declare intention Thursday. Source. 2023, Igbos are not cursed. Okorocha fires back at Pastor Tunde Bakari. More headlines from the Daily Post newspaper here. Okay, that's about all I have.
Right, let's go to Premium Times, or do we just go to... Okay, Premium Times, I have it here. Soldiers at Motekun clash over seized cows. Okay, gunmen killed church security guards hours after prayer session. 2023, PDP zoning committee reportedly throws party's presidential ticket open. Shell, AFC, 7 Nigerian banks battle ITO over $2 billion loan. Blasphemy, Kano court sentences atheist to 24 years in prison. CBN to Nigerians, shun unlicensed financial operators, offering mouth-watering returns on investment. Southeast sit at home continues despite Igbo leaders' pronouncement. More from Premium Times. NIN enforcement begins on chaotic note as telcos bar phone lines already linked. I haven't declared to run for Kebbi Governor, Malami. I haven't declared to run for Kebbi Governor, Malami. How election debate launched me into limelight. Fashola. 2023, Fayoshe joins presidential race, withdraws from PDP zoning committee. Train attack, reps. Amechi Rabo orders in closed-door meeting. 2023, INEC warns political parties against non-compliance with timetable. Reps to investigate hike in prices of diesel, cooking gas. I hope it's not too late now. We've been at this for how many months now, Dilly?
For quite so long.
We're going to commercial break. Austin Udumo is right here with us in the studio. We will be back in a bit.
Máa ṣe ara àwọn ọmọ rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ àti mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 tó ní àlékún DHA èyí tó ń ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún ìdàgbàsókè ọpọlọ tó jí pépé.
Dàgbà kó lágbára kó sì jáfáfá pẹ̀lú mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 lójoojúmọ́.
Irú èyí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí o. Ó mà lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan ènìyàn tí ìjọba ilẹ̀ Canada ti pinnu láti gbà láàyè kó wá gbé kó sì máa ṣiṣẹ́ ní orílẹ̀-èdè náà. Ṣùgbọ́n o, ọ̀lẹ ò lè gbẹ́lu wa làṣà tíjọba ilẹ̀ Canada ń dá. Ẹni tó bá lè ṣiṣẹ́ nìkan ni wọ́n ń wá. Jonathan King Limited ti ṣetán láti ràn ọ́ lọ́wọ́ láti di ọmọ onílẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè náà bí o bá jẹ́ akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́, oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ àbí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè. Bó sì jẹ́ o fẹ́ lọ kàwé ni, orílẹ̀-èdè Canada wà lára orílẹ̀-èdè tó dára tó sì rọjú jùlọ láti kàwé lágbàáyé. O lè jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kó sì tún máa ṣiṣẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni àǹfààní owó ìrànwọ́ wà àti ètò ẹ̀yáwó kàwé tí kò lélẹ̀ nú. Tètè lọ gba fọ́ọ̀mù tiẹ̀ ní Jonathan King Limited, Ajakini àti Ìkẹfà, Cocoa House, Ìbàdàn. Ajakini, God's Grace Plaza, 65 Allen Avenue, Ìkẹjà. Àti The Bronx Bookshop lẹ́bàá Our Saviour's Cathedral, Ìjẹ̀bú Òde.
Ọjọ́ 19 oṣù kẹrin ọdún yìí ni ìforúkọsílẹ̀ yìí ó wá sópin o.
When you think of fruit juice and all the goodness that comes in it, think Chivita. It is many years of trust, quality, and all the goodness of fruit poured into one lovely pack with no artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives, specially made for you. And there is more to choose from. Whatever your preferences are, there is a Chivita for you. If you love an active life, there's Chivita Active. Or you can just relax and unwind with Chi Exotic. If you are the cool dude, say hello to Happy Hour. And if you are the explorer who simply wants to try something refreshingly different, Chivita Iced Tea is your drink. However you want it, there is a Chivita for you. There is a Chivita for everyone. So, what's your Chivita?
ìròyìn ayọ̀ rèé fáwọn olóríire tó fẹ́ ṣàṣeyọrí bójọ́ ọmọ iléèwé tó fẹ́ kọ́ṣẹ́ àṣelà bó kàwé tán ò ríṣẹ́ àbó kàn fẹ́ túngbésí ayé rẹ̀ ṣe ìlúṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ the Stone Technical College dáhùn àdúrà rẹ̀ the Stone Technical College ń bẹ nítòsí Old Bodija Estate Baptist Church ńbàdàn wọ́n ti ń kọ́yàn níṣẹ́ ọwọ́ iṣẹ́ àṣelà àtọkòwò ṣíṣe lóríṣiríṣi oúnjẹ sísè ìgbàlejò afẹ́ iṣẹ́ aṣọ ríná ṣíṣaralóge irun gígẹ̀ iṣẹ́ omi ẹ̀rọ plumbing iṣẹ́ bíríkìlà àti kọnkéré iṣẹ́ ọnà gbẹ́nàgbẹ́nà àti igi gbígbẹ́ carpentry and joinery ilé kíkùn àti ṣelélóge iṣẹ́ wáyà iná síso àti tọ́jú ẹ̀ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayélujára ICT àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ láàrin oṣù 3 sí 6 péré fọ́ọ̀mù àti gbaniwọlé wà fún gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti kà tó kíláàsì girama kẹta JSS 3 àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ fún àlàyé kíkún ẹ pa àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí 08033802319 08038022319 08035243981 08035243981 ní Stone Technical College Àdèyí nítòsí Old Bodija Estate Baptist Church níbẹ̀ láti ń kọ́ni láti roni lágbára olùkéde ìgbìmọ̀ alákòóso.
Màámi, kí nìdí tá fi ń ṣe Ramadani?
Àkókò láti súnmọ́ Ọlọ́run ni àti àkókò láti ṣe ohun tó dára fún ọmọ ẹnìkejì wa.
Ṣé ìdí nìyẹn tá fi ń fáwọn alábàágbé wa lóúnjẹ nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ṣé mo lè pe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kíláàsì mi láti wá jẹ gbádùn Bonvita nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o lè pè wọ́n.
Gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ìfikún lórí ohun pínpín ní àkókò yìí. Bí Cadbury Bonvita ṣe ń fún yín ní àlékún 50 gram lórí gbogbo 450 gram ìpolówó àpò alátùnrọ̀ Bonvita tí o bá rà. Bonvita kún fún oríṣi vitamins àti minerals láti fún ara yín ní okun tí ẹ nílò ní àsìkò yìí. Bonvita, agbára fún ìpinnu.
Ẹ̀lẹ́ o alábàágbé mi mo ní kí n wá bẹ̀yìn wò ni. Ìyá Bíọ́lá àlàáfíà la wà. Ẹ ṣeun. Mo kọ yín kọ̀ wọ́n wà ẹ̀yin náà ńkọ́.
Kódà ìyá mi lábúlé gan wà lálàáfíà. Ìyá Bíọ́lá ṣé kò sí?
Mẹ́wòó ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù yín ò jẹ́ rí mú mi o ni mo bá ní wá fọwọ́ ara mi tún ara mi ṣe.
Ẹ wọlé wá jẹ́wọ́ jàre.
Àgbẹ̀ ìyẹ̀fun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ ọ̀ngá jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tuntun dé o. Ohun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ tó ń fúnrẹ́sì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù yín lójúlówó adùn àti ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tí ò ṣeé kọ̀ sílẹ̀.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
I'm living the life 'cause I get Tizeti. Yes.
Kọ́ńbù ẹ̀kú àlejò imú gbòǹgbò ọ̀nà ẹ̀kú àlejò ẹsẹ̀. Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ẹ̀kú àmójúbà Tizeti Network Limited pẹ̀lú Tizeti. Ìlò omi òjò lẹ́ẹ̀ máa lo ayélujára íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ní yàwàlù. Torí pé gbajúgbajà ní iléeṣẹ́ Tizeti Network Limited nídìí ìpèsè ayélujára lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá àti olókoòwò kéékèèké lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti. Ẹ lè browse kẹ́ stream kẹ́ sì tún gbá géèmù bó ṣe wù yín láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìlànà ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́mùkú data kèé máa ṣeré ìwọ ni kò má sọ̀fànù 12,500 naira péré lẹ́ẹ̀fi jẹ mùlá data fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti tẹ́ ẹ bá ti darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú 59,500 naira tí wọ́n fi bá yín gbé kalẹ̀ tẹ́sí lu ayélujára fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ ẹ kàn sí wifi.com.ng/oyo ẹ sì lè pe 09087493040 09087493040 tàbí kẹ́ ẹ tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí internet@wifi.com.ng ayélujára ní yàwàlù Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey e dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back from the commercial break. 32 FM 94.9, your favorite station, reaching you live from our audio-visual studio. We are located on the 4th floor, Cocoa House, Dugbe, in Ibadan. I am Olutayo Ogunade.
I am Dele Adeyanju.
Austin Udumu joins us on the program. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, Tayo.
Morning, Austin. All right. Time to headline this show this morning. I'll just ask you a question. Who is Oshinbaju afraid of? Why is he doing back and forth on his declaration of interest?
I don't know, but people are losing interest. Most of his supporters are losing interest. Yes, in him. That if you are actually interested, it has been populated that you are interested. A lot of interest groups have gone all across the country, all in the name of consultation. What we have heard from his office so far is that at the appropriate time, he will communicate.
That means his body language is suggesting that he is likely to contest.
Yes, the body language suggests likely that he may contest, but in practical terms, he's still dilly-dallying. And people are saying, if you are man enough, if you want to come out and declare your interest to run. Consultation cannot take eternity. You consult, you declare, and consultation becomes ongoing. But a situation where I think about 2 weeks ago, a statement came out, a declaration statement that was debunked. Of course, some of the things in the statement suggest that probably it was not Oshibajo that could have issued such a statement. And now a rumor came up again that he will likely declare by tomorrow. Before it was before the National Convention or shortly after the National Convention before it was moved. The truth of the matter is that if you want to come out, declare and make it on time so that those who are awaiting your declaration of interest will not suddenly lose interest.
You know, someone said purposeful leaders do not give anyone room for long and unnecessary guesses.
Yes, you don't have to keep us guessing for too long. He's competent, he's qualified, he has the wherewithal to actually contest for the office.
What is Ojudu's role in all of this?
What is
Ojudu's role?
Of course, Ojudu has been playing the background role. Ojudu, Professor Shola Adeyeye, that man from Osun State, has been playing a leading role on the ground. They said they will canvass for him and mobilize for him. But the fellow that you want to mobilize for is still hiding behind one finger. If you are so confident, come out. Of course, some people are also looking at the Tinubu factor as a benefactor, whether it could be like a betrayer or what have you. The vice president must have thought of all of this because Tinubu said, based on what we all know about him, he said this is an age-long presidential ambition. As far back as 2003, people knew that Tinubu is interested in contesting for the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, some people come out, declaring their interest in running for the #1 seat in this country. But what kind of leader does Nigeria need at this time? I mean, what should be the kind of person that should occupy that office?
Well, we talked about competence, we talked about capacity, we talked about energy. Of course, to be the president of Nigeria, you need a lot of vigor. Buhari experience has also made us believe that a president of Nigeria does not necessarily have to be too old, because the president has come out to say that age is telling on him. IBB sometimes ago listed some of the criteria that we should look out for. The president that has the connection, the president who is on the go. When I mean on the go, the president that can just wake up and bypass whatever itinerary and say, this is my next destination, and everybody follow him there in terms of unscheduled visit and on-the-spot assessment and what have you. IBB also posited at that time that the would-be president of Nigeria in 2023 should be somebody who has a friend in every part of the country. Somebody who is well connected, somebody who can mobilize.
Or somebody who has wives across the country.
It might not necessarily be wives. IBB also talk about age. You understand? He talk about age at that time, that the president of Nigeria should be someone who is still full of energy in terms of age. He listed criteria in such a manner that he suggests largely at that time that such a fellow should be within 60s. And I was surprised again when IBB had to also support the declaration of Atiku Abubakar.
That was why I asked the question. Somebody who has connects all over the country, wives here, Igbo land, Hausa land.
Connection in the sense for governance may not necessarily be spouses scattered all across the country. You understand? Connection is who to talk to, how to mobilize, You understand? There are some people in Ibadan here today. You understand? they are Yoruba people, but they can speak most of the language. They flow. Even if there is little crisis or there is an argument, they can be called and say, oh, please come and mediate in such an issue, and they will do that. So I'm not necessarily saying that should be the way to go.
But we are on the table now. We are looking at putting a stop to insecurity and fixing our economy. That should be the
that is the major
things,
the two cardinal.
So if we have an old man who can fix that, then maybe we don't have to look at age.
See, the way things are going, we may likely have to get there. We might not. I don't think we will have someone below 60. If you look at those who are real contestants, those who have come out to be part of the process, not just a participant. You know, there are some people, they are pretenders. They just want to obtain form to add to their political profile that, they've at one point or the other collected presidential form and what have you. The way things are going, it might still be. The reason why we are hammering on age, it is God that gives life. You understand? Somebody might be frail, physically looking, and the person might still have another 20 or 30 years.
For instance, we saw the video of Adams Oshomole recently when he celebrated his
Yes, he was
70th.
digging in so hard. What Adams Oshomole was doing in that video, there are some 50-year-old people that can't do it. You understand? So age is a factor. Age has to do with experience. I don't want it to look as if the old people should be thrown away or we should kill the old people, because we are also making move to get old. God blesses us. You understand?
There's what we call the Nigeria mystic, because we're talking about the kind of man now that should occupy that office. We talk about, the other time it was Ruben about it that says, that wrote about the spiritual side of Asorok. Some even say there's a devil in Asorok. So a good person finds his way to Asorok, and something happens and it becomes almost powerless. Buhari was very, very popular on getting to office. But few months down the line, I don't know, everything nosedived. And now people are even saying he should leave the office if he can't fix insecurity and the other issues bedeviling this country at the moment.
Yes, Buhari's case is not about the devil in Asorok. For every seat of power, not Asorok, even in our various houses of assembly, even in our local government, you see people getting into office and changing. The reason why people repose confidence in Mr. President at that time as a candidate of the APC was the fact that he has a military background. For somebody to rise to the position of a military general, coupled with the fact that he was once the head of state of the country at such a point, and because of his stance on corruption, that was the credibility he has that time. And at the end of the day, he got into power. He has also done a lot of things. Look at the areas of appointment, for example, nepotism and what have you. The devil in Asorok didn't stop all of this. Why is it that it is only in the area of fixing the economy, in the area of insecurity, that we now talk about the demon in the seat of power? We need a president that is vibrant. We need a president that can feel. Look at the comment of El-Rufai. Let me cast your mind back. El-Rufai went to meet Mr. President. He came out right at the State House. He was granting interview, and he said, if the killing continue, we are going to bring in mercenaries. Yes. He knows that he can't bring mercenaries. He does not have the constitutional power to bring in mercenaries. So he suggests largely from what he said that the president does not want to go their own way in tackling the situation. So that is what we are talking about. How many times has the president visited Kaduna in recent time? That Kaduna has been troubled. So that is the point we are making. We need a president that can do on-the-spot assessment. We need a president that is smart. We need a president that is a little younger. We need a president that has the wherewithal, the capacity to move the country forward. Because Nigeria, every sector of the country is ailing as we speak now. So that is the type of person we want.
Now, Reno Mokri has just told Mr. President to declare state of emergency on Kaduna State and remove Nasir El-Rufai without further delay.
Well, I do not know whether a state of emergency will. I also shut down sentiment at some point, but how would that help to solve the problem? Don't forget, the Supreme Court has ruled that the declaration of a state of emergency wherein a governor is removed from office is an aberration. It's not known to our law. That was what Obasanjo was doing at that time. The one Goodluck Jonathan did was the one that the law support. Declare full military might, leave the democratically elected structure, because a democratically elected fellow cannot dissolve or suspend another democratically elected institution. But the state of emergency that we are used to in Nigeria is the cruelest state of emergency that Obasanjo practiced, wherein by fear to just remove a governor without consulting the National Assembly, and at the end of the day you install somebody. How many problems at that time did that solve? In some states that were declared, it was because of political issue. The state of emergency that was declared on the case of Fayose was it as a result of insecurity?
Declaration of full military might. Now we have one of the headlines from the Nigerian Tribune: 17 soldiers fell dead, 23 injured as gunmen attack military base in Kaduna. Now they are attacking military bases.
Yes, a lot of military bases have been attacked. I think this particular one in Kaduna along Benigwari Road. You know, before now, that road has been designated as one of the most dangerous routes in northern Nigeria. The case was that the soldiers were moving on that road. Then the terrorists, the bandits now, they lay an ambush. Then the soldiers saw that they were few. They decided to engage them, not knowing that they were more. So along the line, they overpowered them. They even burned down about 2 of their APC and killed a lot of them. You understand? That was like a mistake on the part of the soldiers. What they should have done, if they have had intelligence, they would have retreated. Because I told you sometimes ago that our soldier, most of the fatality we suffer on the part of our military men were as a result of ambushes. They lay ambush against them. Before they know it, they are overrun, they are overpowered, and they are slaughtered just like that. So it's quite unfortunate. Kaduna is becoming like the hotbed. What do we need to do? Let the president deploy full military might. I just told you, if the president wants to do that, he can go ahead. But a state of emergency declaration wherein a governor is removed is unknown.
It's
to
unconstitutional.
Yes, it's unconstitutional. It's unknown to our law. But the one Goodluck Jonathan did, all of us still criticized that, it was not effective because the governors were still in the office. That was the one that was recognized, or that is still recognized today by our laws.
Because I was going to ask, what are the criteria for, declaring a state of emergency?
Of course, in a protracted state of insecurity, when a state is becoming ungovernable, to restore peace and order. Don't forget, I think section 218 of the Constitution says that the president and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces can deploy the operational use of the armed forces at his discretion. At his discretion. So he consults the National Assembly and imposes a state of emergency to forestall a breakdown of law and order. As it is now, Kaduna is assuming the dimension of an ungovernable state. So if El-Rufai is calling for a foreign mercenary, for example, it shows that a full military force can be declared. Because when you have mercenary, like we said yesterday or 2 days ago, when you have mercenary in place, they are going to put on the uniform of your own military. And we said El-Rufai does not have that power. No governor has that power because no governor has a military. It is the president that is in charge of the military. It is the president that is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And he can deploy them based on his discretion.
As the insecurity capital of this country moved from the north or west to Kaduna.
That is what it seems.
So what is happening in the northwest at the moment?
There is the terrorist activity in the northeast.
Northeast.
Sorry, Austin. Before you respond to that, you spoke about deploying what security operatives to that side. But if you look at Kaduna, as a setup, it's so formidable in that sense, and yet it's vulnerable.
Yes, it is becoming vulnerable because of the security situation. Don't forget, the president would deploy troops through the chief of army staff.
What of the presence of, the military that is there in Kaduna now?
I just told you of a situation as fortified as Kaduna is, or as we used to think. Let me put it that way. Soldiers were moving on the road on a clearance operation. They encountered some group of people that called themselves terrorists. They decided to engage them. And at the end of the day, they were overpowered, not knowing that these few ones that they saw only lay some people, so many of them lay an ambush. So what we are talking about is that the federal government need to give a go-ahead, which means that some democratic settings within that state are to be suspended. Either you impose curfew in such a way that the military will now be fully deployed to mop up operation, the one they popularly call clearance operation, to actually bombard them. And this bombardment we are talking about is a simultaneous and sustained bombardment.
Is Mr. President still consulting on what to do about Captain?
I do not know.
This has lingered for too long.
Yes, it seems the president does not really want to look at the option. Of course, foreign mercenaries are economic fighters. They fight for money. You understand? They are not protecting your interests. They are fighting to get their money. The federal government may not buy that idea. That does not also suggest that our armed forces does not have the capacity to be able to fight or win this war. When Goodluck Jonathan brought in machinery, the armed forces were doing great job at that particular point in time, because they are going to help them to fight, to complement whatever they are doing.
Also suggests that these terrorists, terrorizing the country at the moment, mercenaries imported by some politicians to unsettle, to make Nigeria ungovernable.
Sometimes ago, that is why people like El-Rufai, they are of the opinion that if some people bring in some foreigners to destabilize the country, if we have some foreign fighters who are reputable in that line, we can also bring them up to fight on our side. Because from the look of things, the people that are fighting this war, that are being recruited to fight this war or wage this war against the Nigerian state, they are just teenagers. Some of them are foreigners. They don't even understand our local language. So that is the point we are making. We must warn politicians. Another cycle of election is just around the corner. A situation where politicians want to win election at all costs, bringing in all manners of people, arming them with weapons. Don't forget, election will come and go. And what becomes the lot of these people? If they don't have money and they have the weapon already, they will use the weapon to get money for themselves, because they have to survive at all costs. So politicians must be very careful not to burn this country.
We need to go on another break. Reps to investigate hike in prices of diesel cooking gas. We'll come back to your comment when we return.
Màámi, kí ni ìdí tá fi ń ṣe Ramadani?
Àkókò láti súnmọ́ Ọlọ́run ni, àti àkókò láti ṣe ohun tó dára fún ọmọ ẹnìkejì wa.
Ṣé ìdí nìyẹn tá fi ń fáwọn alábàágbé wa lóúnjẹ nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ṣé mo lè pe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kíláàsì mi láti wá jẹ gbádùn Bonvita nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o lè pè wọ́n.
Gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ìfikún lórí ohun pínpín ní àkókò yìí. Bí Cadbury Bonvita ṣe ń fún yín ní àlékún 50 gram lórí gbogbo 450 gram ìpolówó àpò alátùnrọ̀ Bonvita tí o bá rà. Bonvita kún fún oríṣi vitamins àti minerals láti fún ara yín ní okun tí ẹ nílò ní àsìkò yìí. Bonvita, agbára fún ìpinnu.
Angels Market, ìròyìn ayọ̀ rèé fún gbogbo ará àgbègbè Aṣí, Bódìjà, Àkóbọ̀, Ìdí-àpẹ́ títí dé Ìwó Road. Pàápàá jùlọ Báṣọ̀run. Pé ilé ìtajà Angels Market nìkan lẹ́tí lè rí Indomie noodles, Golden spaghetti, òróró king pẹ̀lú ẹ̀dínwó jọjọ. Sí iye tẹ́ ẹ rà á lágbèni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin alára tútà pátápátá nínú ọjà ńláńlá, aláràjẹ àti olókoòwò kéékèèké. Ẹ má wulẹ̀ ṣòpò láti máa dààmú kiri mọ́. Ẹ wá kó ọjà yín ní ọ̀pọ̀ kú ọ̀yọ̀kú nílé ìtajà Angels Market. Kẹ́ẹ̀sì ṣòwò kẹ́ẹ̀jèrè. Gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Lápò tàbí ní páálí.
Ẹ gbọ́ o, gbogbo ohun tí ẹ bá rà ní Angels Market ló wẹ̀ ò gajara lọ.
Ilé ìtajà Angels Market wà ní àdójúkọ Islamic High School Báṣọ̀run Ìbàdàn. Ẹ̀rọ ọ̀báraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni 08033283574. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 08033283574. Angels Market, gbogbo ohun tí ẹ fẹ́ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn lẹ́dínwó.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
When you think of fruit juice and all the goodness that comes in it, think Chivita. It is many years of trust, quality, and all the goodness of fruit poured into one lovely pack with no artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives, specially made for you. And there is more to choose from. Whatever your preferences are, there is a Chivita for you. If you love an active life, there's Chivita Active. Or you can just relax and unwind with Chi Exotic. If you are the cool dude, say hello to Happy Hour. And if you are the explorer who simply wants to try something refreshingly different, Chivita Iced Tea is your drink. However you want it, there is a Chivita for you. There is a Chivita for everyone. So, what's your Chivita?
Mom will come and put on the radio set. Don't worry, I'll tell Mommy.
Let me put on my radio set now.
Mommy, please, we want to listen to the Smart Kids show. It comes up Monday to Friday, 7:15 to 7:45 a.m. so we can prepare our minds for schoolwork.
Okay, Smart Kids show. I love it too.
Thank you, Mommy.
Oh yes, 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. is the time. Mondays through Fridays. Join Auntie Yellow on the Smart Kids show.
Irú èyí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí o. Ó mà lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan ènìyàn tí ìjọba ilẹ̀ Canada ti pinnu láti gbà láàyè kó wá gbé kó sì máa ṣiṣẹ́ ní orílẹ̀-èdè náà. Ṣùgbọ́n o, ọ̀lẹ ò lè gbẹ́lu wa làṣà tíjọba ilẹ̀ Canada ń dá. Ẹni tó bá lè ṣiṣẹ́ nìkan ni wọ́n ń wá. Jonathan King Limited ti ṣetán láti ràn ọ́ lọ́wọ́ láti di ọmọ onílẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè náà bí o bá jẹ́ akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́, oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ àbí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè. Bó sì jẹ́ o fẹ́ lọ kàwé ní orílẹ̀-èdè Canada wà lára orílẹ̀-èdè tó dára tó sì rọjú jùlọ láti kàwé lágbàáyé. O lè jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kó sì tún máa ṣiṣẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni àǹfààní owó ìrànwọ́ wà àti ètò ẹ̀yáwó kàwé tí kò lélẹ̀ nú. Tètè lọ gba fọ́ọ̀mù tiẹ̀ ní Jonathan King Limited, Ajakini àti Ìkẹfà, Cocoa House, Ìbàdàn. Ajakini, God's Grace Plaza, 65 Allen Avenue, Ìkẹjà. Àti The Bronx Bookshop lẹ́bàá Our Saviour's Cathedral, Ìjẹ̀bú Òde.
Ọjọ́ 21 oṣù kẹrin ọdún yìí ni ìforúkọsílẹ̀ yìí ó wá sópin o.
Síríìlì, kọ́stáàdì, èyíkéyìí tó lè jẹ́ á ṣara àwọn ọmọ rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ àti mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 tó ní àlékún DHA èyí tó ń ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún ìdàgbàsókè ọpọlọ tó jí pépé.
Dàgbà kó lágbára kó o sì jáfáfá pẹ̀lú mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 lójoojúmọ́.
Welcome back. I still have something to talk about here, actually. And it's about this food crisis that is hitting West Africa. 27 million people suffering from hunger. 11 international organizations have concluded. And there is another headline there, lamentations as food, household products, prices soar nationwide. And we're talking about insecurity, we're talking about petty crimes, we're talking about robbery, armed robbery, we're talking about ritual killing and all those things in the face of acute hunger in this country.
Yes, all of these factors will lead to severe hunger. That is why the international body in charge of...
you mean the hunger will lead to all these crimes?
Yes, it will lead to all this crime. There is connection. You understand? When you have a situation where you can't make ends meet, you used to work, now you are no longer working. All of a sudden, you lose your job because of cost of production, the volatility in the finance market, in the economy market, and at the end of the day, you want to survive. The nature of human being is that wherever situation we find ourselves, we want to survive, not even what to eat alone. So that is our own challenge as a country. Of course, government officials will come out and say it's a global crisis. We agree. What was our situation before the global crisis?
The lines
so
are open now.
So the government must work on the economy so as to improve the capacity to produce in the country, to bring down the level of hunger and shortages
you
in the country.
A report about the House of Reps on food or something just the other time.
Yes, they're probing gas hike, and
that's
diesel.
another thing.
That the probe is belated. If you look at it, it's been like 6 months now that we are having.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is Mr. Motaya Mozambique. Austin, Tayo was only joking when he talked about the wife, and it's a very nice joke. You see, in Nigeria, we shouldn't think about ourselves, and we should always regard each other. And people like Koreans and Japanese, that's how they regard themselves a lot. That's why they advance. Concerning the terrorists, I think they have the interest of the national defense assets in mind. That's why they are always attacking Kaduna. And the government should try and do something about it. People say the government is in favor of the terrorism. But if they are in favor, the terrorism won't be attacking our national interest. So that's just my little contribution.
Thank you for that. On Facebook, good morning, Tayo and Delhi, on the issue of Alaji Bola Tinubu donated 50 million naira to those who fell victim of attack on the train in Kaduna. What about the hundreds and thousands who have been killed in Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto, and southern Kaduna? Oh, now that what goes around come around, I'm reading as sent, but well, do not worry, we understand the game. Okay, maybe those guys should still wait. Baba is coming.
Yes, maybe Baba will still come. This is the era of donation, especially for politicians. So it's not surprising.
Hello. Hello.
070 55,000 949
Good morning, the radio analyst. As for me, Nigeria need a God-chosen one, not using our mindset and knowledge. We did it in 2015, and this is where we are now. Let's move to God, pray, and let God help us choose a good leader. God bless Nigeria. Otumba Ayo, Adeniola, we got your message. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I am John Njoko. Also, let me say it once again. You have spoken about the economy. This is the most disastrous government, economy-wise, that we have witnessed in this country. Good morning again, once again. I want to thank you, especially Dele and the Tayo there. And I want to speak about the PDP abandoning zoning. First, I've said it several times that I remain a devoted federalist Nigerian of Igbo fashion. Until someone convinces me that the unity and value of Nigeria become either an impossible mission or a futile exercise. I am not an equal enthusiast. I have been here, born here many years ago, and I'm here. I'm a complete Nigerian. However, on top about the 2022, Professor Jedokun was analyst here, and accused the political level like of conspiracy against the desire for Nigeria president of Igbo fashion as a result of the threat of the Nigerian civil war. PDP has abandoned zoning until the presidential slot open, which is interested from Southwark, a man that claims to believe on justice. The recent open project for all is a well-crafted internal conspiracy against indeed. I am John Njoko. Thank you.
Thank you, John Njoko. Balkis Onodjono says, as a Nigerian, I'm grateful for Baba Tinubu's contributions. But why didn't he donate when they were attacked in the state of the Southwest? Why didn't he donate to the sufferers of NSARS? What is the reason behind the sudden influx of donations? May God avert this current federal administration from repeating itself in 2023. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you, Balkis. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Please
Tayo.
Turn down the volume on your radio.
This is Adonis.
Okay, Adonis, go on.
Brother Austin, you are from Niger Delta. Can you remember that song we used to sing? Adumadu body, sorry, Adumadu body, sorry. Before 2015, Baba Buhari said, I will make the country ungovernable if I did not win the election in 2015. What are we seeing today? That statement is in reality. Where are the leaders of this nation? Is there no high time for them to be in Nassau Rock to ask Buhari to leave that office? Because he has made this nation ungovernable. Nobody is safe. Where are the leaders? Baba Tinubu is in Kaduna. Can't he mobilize the nation leaders to go and meet Buhari to leave? Is it because until all of us are consumed in this nation before they know what to do? I used to watch the news very well. I'm a friend of the media. What is happening in Somalia is not different from what is happening in Nigeria today. Nigeria is a failed state. Nobody should hide that statement. Nigeria is a failed state. What is the difference between Nigeria now and Somalia? Osin, what is the difference? Atayo, what is the difference between Nigeria and Somalia? Thank you.
All right. Your response to that, and that Adumadu Bodio, I'm not from Nigeria.
Let's leave that one out of it. Yes, the national leader of the APC has said that the country is bleeding. You know, for a government he helped to install, for a ruling party he belongs to. So that speaks a lot of volume. What can be done? I think the president, the buck stop on his table to be able. We talk about the fortification of Kaduna State in terms of military might, but look at what is happening now. I think there is a grand plot to emasculate Kaduna, to silence Kaduna, to ensure that Kaduna is taking off. You know, nobody knows the next state. If we have so much military formation, so much military bases in Kaduna, and we're having this multiple attack, back-to-back attack. For the last 1 week, I don't think there's any day that we do not record.
And I think Kaduna has more military bases than other states, right?
Yes, other states in the federation.
So if the military is captured, then what happens to the
what
other
happens?
states?
That's the issue. So the president must make a while the sun shines.
I think Nigerians should first determine or define the kind of leader that should occupy that, that office come 2023.
Somebody said we should revert to God. Now, I just wonder, we've prayed, we have cried, we've wept in this country, but God is looking.
Yes, prayer alone cannot solve the problem. There are so many things. There is nothing God cannot do, but there are so many things He will not do. What He has empowered you to do, He may not do it by Himself again. You understand? It is what a man cannot do that God does that is called a miracle. Now, God has given us a commander-in-chief of the armed forces to help us solve the insecurity. So it is not God that will come and fight in Kaduna for us.
And in this country, you have had it so bountiful in the 70s.
So we have to go.
Do we have a repeat of this show? Like bringing it twice a day?
Well, the conversation we can keep up the conversation out there.
Okay.
Thank you, dear listener. I am Olutayo Gwade. And he's Dele.
Dele Adeyanju. Coming up is Market's Show with INT'L.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the guest analyst and do not necessarily reflect the recommendations or perspectives of 32